23rd April 1994. Today's episode discusses massacres perpetrated against the Tutsi in the former Butare, Gikongoro and Gitarama Prefectures. After a visit from President Sindikubwabo on 21st April, local officials and civilians were further motivated to pursue victims. A commonly used tactic was for local leaders to declare restoration of peace to lure Tutsis out of their hiding places. April 23rd, 1994. Massacres perpetrated against the Tutsi in the former Butare, Gikongoro and Gitarama Prefectures. Kabuye is located in the former Ndora commune, Butare Prefecture. The genocide started there with the arrival of several refugees from Nyaruguru, where the massacres had already started. Some took refuge at their relatives, while others were gathered at the market site. At that time, there were threatening patrols that were supposedly meant to prevent infiltration of rebels. Plans to kill Tutsis were finalized during the same patrols. On April 21st, 1994, President Sindikubwabo visited Gisagara sub-prefecture to flag off the genocide. A day after his meeting, which incited Hutus to kill Tutsis, Uize Fidel, a mechanic, brought the commune car with police and arrested all Tutsis who had taken refuge there. They were detained at a police station, but they were eventually killed in the evening in Rwasave forest. Uize Fidel inspected all roadblocks and reported to top military and administrative levels. He collaborated with Maniriyo François, Ndaisaba Antoine, Kamanzi Joseph, former leader of Ndora commune. Fidel was later appointed as the mayor for his passion in committing the genocide, replacing Rwankubito Celestin. On April 23, 1994, Ntawukuriryayo Dominique, sous-préfet of Gisagara, Calixte Karimanzira, and Rwankubito Pierre, mayor of Ndora commune, ordered Tutsis to go to Kibuye Hill. They then brought soldiers and police officers to kill them. The killings continued, and the next day, Hutus came to exterminate survivors. Killers from different places met at Kabuye and raided an attack from Muganza commune under the supervision of Mayor Ndayambaje Eli. Part of the attack were Burundian refugees from Chibai camp and members of militia groups called Jaguar. At the front line of those killings, there were President Sindikubwabo, Ntawukuriryayo Dominique, the sous-préfet of Gisagara, Calixte Karimanzira, Rwankubito Pierre, mayor of Ndora commune, Uihore Gaetan, a businessman, Albert, the secretary of Gisagara sub-prefecture, along with his wife, Agatha, and their two sons, Claude and François. Manigabe Vincent, he had a gun and shot dead many Tutsis in Kabuye. Sinjirankabo Laurent, head of MRND, Rutagengwa Anatole, a police officer, Karimanzira, a manager of Electrogas, Kubwimana Jean-Elias Bikomagu, Sindikubwabo Vianney, president of MDR, Hategekimana Isaac, Dawesel leader, and others. In addition, former MP Mukarurangwa Bernadette used to come to monitor how the genocide was being implemented in Ndora commune. Dominique Ntawukuriryayo, one of the architects of the killings, was convicted of genocide crimes by the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda and sentenced to 20 years in prison. An attack was raided in Rwaniro on April 20th, 1994 by killers who came from Kinyamakara commune in Gikongoro. The entire population started to fight back against the killers regardless of their ethnicity. But day after day, attackers became stronger. On April 22, 1994, a deadly attack with many guns was raided in the area led by Sebuhura, command of Gikongoro Gendarmerie, commanded by Munyaneza Charles, mayor of Kinyamakara commune, and Muchumanyiko Silas, former manager of Tabarwanda, a cigarette manufacturing factory. Other Tutsis fled through Rwaniro and crossed Rusuri River to reach Rubaba Hill, where they spent the night. Others went to Ruhashya commune headquarters and to Izaruona. Interahamwe from Gikongoro joined killers from Maraba commune to set houses of Tutsis on fire. They continued to Rubaba and called upon Hutus to separate themselves from Tutsis and support in the killings. Tutsis from Rwaniro sector were killed progressively. Those who survived at Rubaba fled to Rusatira commune and encountered the attack led by former mayor of Rusatira, Nyawenda Esdron, with support of Myakayanza, head of Ruhashya Health Center. Some Tutsis left for Mayaga. Prominent killers in Rugwaniro were Mujemana Tutsis alias Mabiye, a teacher in Rugwaniro; Njenzi Godefroy, Minagri; Nsenjiyumba Venuste, a businessman; Interahamwe, Munyakayanza Joseph; Ntamukunzi Aloys; Munyankindi Michel; and Ntabavukira Emmanuel. Tutsis started to flee to Musanje commune headquarters on April 9, 1994. On the same day, Mayor Bizimana Bernard took a car and toured all the sectors with a loudspeaker, mobilizing all Tutsis to flee to the commune headquarters to be protected. Many of them started taking refuge at the commune. Others went to the court premises where they faced hard times. Many of them started taking refuge at the commune. Others went to the court premises where they faced hard times. Mbaile Longine, Interahamwe member, cut all water pipes and Tutsis started fetching water from Uhura River, but Mayor Bizimana immediately fenced it and ordered the police to shoot whoever attempts to cross it. On April 23, 1994, around 10 a.m., several Interahamwe and soldiers shot refugees for 30 minutes, and then civilians with machetes, wooden clubs with nails, small hoes and other traditional weapons killed those who survived. They massacred Tutsis to 5 p.m. since it was raining. In the night, survivors took their way to Nyanza, Butare, but many were killed in Nyamagana Bridge. At night, survivors made their way to Nyanza, Butare, but many were killed at Nyamagana Bridge. Leaders involved in those massacres included Mayor Bizimana Bernard, former Kaduha sous-prefet Hategekimana Joachim, Munyangoga Dominique, director of BNR. He was also born in Musanje. Mugwaneza, director of Musanje Health Center. Akimana, agronomist. Rwamuhungu, former inspector of education, and others. The Nyamagana Lake was set up during the reign of King Mutara III Rudahigwa for watering crops. But during the genocide, several Tutsis were thrown in that lake, and it was a site of a threatening roadblock. The lake was located in Kigoma Commune, Remera Sector, currently in Nyanza District, Busasamana Sector. During the genocide, many Tutsis from Gikongoro Prefecture, especially Rukondo and Sinyamakara communes, fled to Nyanza hoping for protection, as it was the case back in 1959. Some Tutsis who survived the killings at Kaduha Parish also fled to Nyanza. At Nyamagana, there was a dangerous roadblock. Tutsis were told that they should not be frightened because they were in the hands of the authorities, but it was a trap to pull them together because they were later killed with guns, machetes, clubs, and other weapons. Apart from those who had been killed at the roadblock, there were many other Tutsis who lived on the shore of the lake, those brought by killers from their hiding places in Sogam Plantation and elsewhere, those hiding at their neighbors because many Tutsi houses had been set ablaze. Killers pursued them, ran after them, until they were thrown in the lake. For example, Mudachumura Eraste was thrown into the water after being chased there by Interahamwe, who later mocked him, saying he was committing suicide. Some Tutsis who were able to swim were stoned along the way until they got tired and drowned. Tutsis were killed by gendarmes who included Haguma and Captain Birikunzira François Xavier in collaboration with Interahamwe group called Imberebere. The former Bitsibo Primary School is located in Homane Village, Rukambura Cell, Musambira Sector, Kamonyi District. Massacres on the hill of Bitsibo started on April 20th, 1994. It was on the same day when Tutsis started to flee to various places. Bushes, neighbors' homes, and others were taken to Musambira commune by leaders to be killed. It was on the same day when Tutsis started to flee to various places. Bushes, neighbors' homes, and others were taken to Musambira commune by leaders to be killed. On April 23, 1994, authorities declared that peace had been restored as a trick to prompt survivors who are hiding in their bushes and in other places to return to their abandoned homes. In the evening of April 23, 1994, killers gathered all Tutsis who had left their hiding places hoping that peace has been restored and took them to Bitsibo School to be killed. They were killed the whole evening. The massacres went on the whole evening, and the victims were thrown in a pit excavated when the school was being built. Tutsis killed in Bitsibo were too many because even survivors of Kayenzi massacres of April 21st and 22nd had also come to Bitsibo. Also, there were other Tutsis who had come to Bitsibo from Gachurabwenge sector. Killers at the school massacred Tutsis with traditional weapons, including machetes, clubs, and many more. Some of the perpetrators included Minani, Mbuguje, Badege Augustin, a shop owner, Aloys, a cell leader, Rutagengwa Bertin, and others. Thank you for listening to another episode of Kwibuka Podcast. As always, make sure you leave us a review, sharing what you like about the podcast, and share with others who would be interested in listening.